Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon native tank, and I just put some food in this end of the tank, mainly just to bring the fish down this end and get some really serious activity going for a few minutes. The tilapia was just out and about, and I was really hoping we could get that one down here underneath of these higher quality lights. This end of the tank has a really good lights on it, and I have them pulled to the front of the tank, so as the fish swim up front like this, as they're coming to get the food, they swim under those lights. The way I had them before, they were in the back of the tank, and the fish just never really swam under them. As they came closer to us, they actually became silhouetted, and you really just did not get any of the color or anything from them. So having the lights at the front is a little bit of a pain in the butt. I got to kind of lift the lights up as I'm lifting the lid up if I want to put the food in at this end. If I put the food in anywhere else, then I don't really see the fish swimming around under the lights anyway. So I kind of have to put it in at this end if I want to get this effect. Again, small price to pay. I'm literally whining about the fact that I have to sort of lift up the lights a little bit, and sometimes they slide back and I have to kind of scoot them forward again when I'm done. But the trade-off is I get to see these fish looking like this. And again, I really wish that tilapia had stayed down here. It's kind of skittish whenever I come around and start banging on the tank and opening lids and stuff. It makes its way down to the other end of the tank, into the corner, where it feels most comfortable for whatever reason, and it stays down there almost all the time. So today, I'm not sure if this is going to be a standalone video or I'm going to attach more clips after this, but I'm getting ready to go out on the kayak. It's Saturday afternoon. I, of course, waited till midday. It's blazing hot sun. It's about 95 degrees out, so I don't know how much fun this is actually going to be. I'm probably going to spend the bulk of my time just going from patch of shade to patch of shade. You don't find a whole lot of shade when you're out on the open water. Fortunately, being in a small boat like a kayak, I can kind of get up under some trees and stuff, so it won't be too terrible. But I'm going to be fishing, but I'm also going to be looking around for inspiration. If you follow along regularly, you'll know that I'm in the process of getting ready to think about changing this tank up, and I've got some really good ideas. I really have sort of an outline of what I want it to look like and what I'm going to do with it. It's going to stay native, with the exception, of a few fish. This isn't a true biotope native tank. I do have that tilapia in here. I've got a Chinese algae eater, and some others that are not natives. But most of the fish in here are native to, at least to the East Coast of the United States. And when I make my changes, it is likewise going to be mostly a native tank. I'm going to change the scape up. It's going to look different. It's going to be a very different tank. But I think those of you who enjoy the native tank aspect of this tank are really going to appreciate what I do to it. You're not going to feel as though you've lost any kind of native tank at all. I'm going to switch it up. We're just going to do a very different feel of a tank. Anyway, while I'm out today, I'm going to be looking for woodwork. I'm going to be looking for rocks. I'm going to be looking for just landscapes in general. If I see imagery that I find appealing, the way rocks lay across other rocks, or the way a stream flows down out of the hills, the way a branch is lying in the water, any of that kind of stuff I always use for inspiration. And of course, if I can find the physical material to pull it off, if I can find the woodwork, if I can find the rocks, if I can find plants today, I've got an idea of what kind of plants I'd like to see in here. And there's a good chance that we might come across some plants that I could pull out of the reservoir and bring home and put in here. We're just going to have to see. So, as I said, I don't know if this is going to be a standalone video or not. I'm probably going to assume that it is, and I can say goodbye here. I will do probably a separate video altogether. I know for the people that like my outdoors videos, they really seem to like them. And for most everybody, you could all care less. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to turn this into an outdoors video and attach another 20 or 30 minutes of, motoring around in the kayak out there. So I'll do that as a separate video. If you are interested, there will be something coming up real soon of me just kind of looking for woodwork and just kind of out and about on the reservoir, pretty scenery, that sort of thing, maybe catching a few fish, who knows. And I will also add on a final note, that if you really like those outdoors videos and fishing videos and kayaking videos and stuff, I put a lot of them over on my Patreon page, and I put a lot longer. You know, it's nothing to get a 30 or 40 minute video being out on the kayak over there. And of course, I'm also open to suggestions. The reason I put so many outdoors videos over there on Patreon is because that's the requests I get. People like those videos, or at least the people that tell me what they like tell me that that's what they like, so that's what they get. So if you were to become a patron, you know, and you told me you liked seeing behind-the-scenes fish videos or whatever, then that's what you would get. I can put pretty much any kind of video I want over on Patreon, where over here on YouTube I tend to stick mostly with my fish keeping videos. So anyway, I'm going to get going. Again, look forward to some outdoors type video coming up in the near future. We're going to get some ideas of the direction this tank could go. I don't want to give away too much because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. I'm really excited about the ideas I've got for this, and if I can make what's in my head, you know, come out to look like it, you know what I'm saying. If I can pull it off, it's going to look good. There's a little glimpse of that tilapia coming out and about. Still not under the really good quality lighting, but you get an idea of what it looks like. Absolutely amazing, beautiful fish. I love this tilapia. So that is definitely not going to be being rehomed or anything like that when we change the tank over. The tilapia is going to be probably the large specimen type fish in the tank, and all the other fish in the tank are probably going to be smaller schooling type fish or these bottom type dwelling fish. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss anything I got coming up. As I have said, it's going to be some outdoor stuff as well as some big changes happening to this tank. And then don't forget, of course, this tank is my 125-gallon native tank. So thanks again. I'll see you real soon in the next one.